Can I ask you all a question?
How many of you have ever lost a friendship because of a misunderstanding? Keep your hand up. How many of you have ever been judged unfairly by someone who didn't know the full story? Interesting. Almost every hand in this room. That tells me something. It tells me this isn't someone else's problem. It's all of ours. Now let me ask you one more question. Have you ever judged someone because of one thing they did? Don't worry, you don't have to raise your hand for that one. I think we've all been there. A friend doesn't reply to your message. Someone forgets your birthday. A person you trust cancels on you at the very last minute. And isn't it amazing how
They don't care about me. I'm obviously not important. Maybe this friendship isn't what I thought it was.
Our imagination becomes a courtroom, and we've already reached the verdict. But what if? Were we only hearing half the evidence? My name is Matthew L.V., and today I'd like to introduce you to two Latin phrases that come from criminal law, but I believe they have something extraordinary to teach us about relationships.
The first is actus reus. It means the guilty act, the action someone takes. The second is mens rea. It means the guilty mind, the intention behind that action. In a court of law,
we often need both before deciding whether a crime has truly been committed. And I can't help wondering, what if we treated the people we love with the same fairness? Let's imagine something together. Close your eyes for just a moment. Picture your closest friend. Now imagine they completely forget your birthday. You waited all day, nothing. No call, no message, no card. How many of you would feel hurt? Of course you would. The actus reus is clear. They forgot. But before deciding what that means, what if we became curious about the mens rea? Maybe they spent the night in the hospital with a sick parent. Maybe they're silently battling anxiety or depression. Maybe work became overwhelming. Maybe they simply forgot while trying to survive one of the hardest weeks of their life. The action hasn't changed, but your understanding has. And sometimes understanding changes everything. One of the greatest challenges of modern life is that we judge people by snapshots instead of stories. One conversation, one text message, one social media post, one mistake. Yet every single one of us hopes people won't define us by our worst day. We hope they'll understand our intentions. We hope they'll see our heart. So here's my question. Why don't we offer that
breaks your trust or treats you without respect? Those actions matter. Healthy relationships require honesty. They require boundaries. They require accountability.
But there's a profound difference between holding someone accountable and assuming you already know why they behaved the way they did. Curiosity opens conversations. Conversations create understanding, and understanding builds stronger relationships. Imagine this for a moment. What if families paused before arguing? What if couples asked one more question before walking away? What if friends picked up the phone instead of making assumptions? What if workplaces valued understanding as much as productivity? How different would our world look? Sometimes the strongest relationships aren't the ones without conflict. They're the ones where people choose understanding over assumption. So I'd like to leave you with one final challenge. The next time someone disappoints you, before you write the story, ask yourself one simple question. What might I not know? Because actions tell us what happened. Intentions often reveal who someone really is. That is where understanding begins. Thank you, and may the source always be with you.